Welcome back to Pigskin Predictions Week 5. I am so sorry there's no explosions, crazy edits, special effects, crazy shenanigans, whatever. I'm in an airport. Yeah, I'm in an airport. I'm about to hop on a flight to Missouri for the weekend. So I knew I would not have any time to actually record and edit over the weekend because I won't even be home. So I didn't want to miss out on a video. So here I am. If that means I had to record a lower quality video in an airport, then so be it. I didn't want to get behind and miss a week of football. So here we are. I'm going to throw up my recap of last week right now. As you see, I did not do as well as I thought I would. I went 8-7 and Madden did better than me, going 9-6. My overall record with 4 weeks into this season is 39-24, as Madden is 33-30. With our first matchup today, it is the Kansas City Chiefs at home against the Oakland Raiders. Nope, it is Las Vegas. I always say Oakland, and it's always Las Vegas. Chiefs and the Raiders. Chiefs are at home. Raiders, I mean, they're 2-2. I don't think there's anything special that they're going to do against the Chiefs, so I'm picking the Chiefs. Well, as everyone predicted, the Chiefs are low-key unstoppable. I mean, the Patriots held them to 2.5 quarters of only 6 points, but the Raiders are not the Patriots. The Raiders do not have the defense the Patriots have. Derek Carr, threw 2 picks and didn't even throw a touchdown. So if you can't even throw a touchdown against Kansas City, it's going to be a long day. Kansas City is going to be another undefeated team. I think they'll be 5-0 to start the season. That's scary. NFL, watch out. Kansas City moves on. The final score is going to be 45-10. With that, let us move on to our next matchup. Our next matchup is the Denver Broncos going to Gillette Stadium to take on the New England Patriots. I don't see anything special with the Denver Broncos, especially how their quarterback, they keep getting hurt. I mean, the Patriots have a quarterback situation right now as Cam is in COVID quarantine, I believe. It's not confirmed that he's even starting this week, but it's not Kansas City this week, so I think whoever starts for the Patriots will get the job done. I will pick the Patriots. We have a close one in Gillette. Denver is down a touchdown with 3 seconds left in the game. No timeouts. This one's pretty much over, and it's going to be incomplete. That will be the ball game. Patriots are going to win 28-21. As I said, this game is really all about Cam. If Cam can come through after being in quarantine, if he can play, Patriots are going to win this game. I just heard Gilmore got tested positive, so that's huge. There's a lot of people getting tested positive for COVID, so I don't know who's getting positive and who's not, but a lot of the top guys on the Patriots are going to be gone for this game, so it's going to be very up in the air who wins this game. Our next matchup is the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore. This game could be a trap game for the Ravens. Baltimore just got exposed by KC, so a lot of people know how to win against them now. The Bengals aren't spectacular, but Joe Burrow has had some flashes of being very good. So if we get that Joe Burrow, this could be a very interesting game. I'm going to still take the Ravens, though. Obviously, I have no idea what I'm talking about. We have an overtime game, 1 yard away from a Bengals victory. Can Joe Burrow do it? He's going to throw to Drew Sample for the go-ahead game winner in Baltimore to upset the Ravens. Wow, who would have thought? I mean, I said it might happen, but who knows? Bengals are going to win this one 48-42. Alright, give me the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans in a Sunday afternoon matchup. I will be taking the Texans. I think it's about time the Texans start winning some games after having one of the hardest starts of the season. Yeah, I'll be taking the Texans. So in order to dominate your opponent and beat them by 20 points, I guess all you have to do is fire your head coach, who happens to be your general manager. I guess the best thing that happened to the Texans was to fire Bill O'Brien. Maybe the Jets should take a note from the Texans. Texans are going to win this one by 20, 37-17, and the Jags are going to drop a game. Let's move on to our next game. All right, we have the undefeated Bills at 4-4 and the Tennessee Titans. This is going to be a good one. This will really show if the Titans can face a good team and if the Bills are actually legit. I'm going to take the Bills here. I feel as if they have a better defense and that might be able to hold Derrick Henry. So yes, I'm taking the Bills. Well, Madden predicts an upset. Well, it's not really an upset if both teams are undefeated. Titans came into this game 3-0. Bills were 4-0. Titans didn't play their last game due to COVID restrictions. But one team has to leave here undefeated, and it's not going to be Buffalo. Buffalo is going to drop this game and move to 4-1 as the Titans move to 4-0, winning this game 30-14. Alright, for our next matchup, it is the Colts and the Browns. I am going to lean towards the Browns here. On paper, I think everyone's picking the Colts, but my gut is telling me to go with the Browns. I usually don't listen to my gut, and then I'm usually wrong. So I'm going to listen to my gut this time. I'm going to pick the Browns. Alright, so one 3-1 team is going to go home 3-2, and it's going to be the Browns. Well, according to Madden it is. I still think the Browns are going to beat the Colts. But I guess Phillip Rivers and company had enough to do it. It's still so weird to see Phillip Rivers on a different team than the Chargers. But then again, it's so weird to see Brady on the Bucs instead of the Patriots. So I'm still adjusting to that. But yes, the Colts are going to move to 4-1 while the Browns move back to 3-2, losing this game 15-30. Let's move on to our next matchup. We have the Arizona Cardinals taking on the New York Jets. This should be an easy victory for the Cardinals. The Jets are easily one of the worst teams in the league. I'm picking the Arizona Cardinals. Let's see what Madden has to say. Well, it was a much closer game than I thought it would be, but Madden also predicts a Cardinals victory. They will win by 6 as they punt with time running down to 0. Unless they get a punt return, this game is over. And they fair catch it with no time on the clock. That is such a Jets move. Anyways, Cardinals are going to win this one 16-10. Let's move on to our next matchup, guys. So we have come to our fan vote. It is the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Steelers. I really couldn't find a better matchup. I didn't want it to be a one-sided game, and this seemed to be the most up in the air. Eagles could win this, Steelers could win it. I mean, I personally think the Steelers are going to win, and when you guys voted on my Instagram, you also picked the Steelers, so I'm glad we're in agreement. We win together, we lose together, but let's see what Madden has to say. Alright, so at the end of the day, we have a 3-way victory. You guys picked the Steelers, I picked the Steelers, and Madden picked the Steelers. Though they only won by 6, that's good enough for me as they punt with time running down to 0. Unless they return this for a touchdown, which they don't. This game's over. Steelers are going to win this one 26-20. It's always a good day when we all pick the same team to win. Let's move on to our next matchup, guys. Our next matchup is going to be on the West Coast as the Dolphins travel to California to take on the 49ers. I really don't see a possibility or a way the Dolphins can win this one, even with the 49ers with so many injuries. The Dolphins are not good enough to beat the 49ers. It's just not going to happen. I'm taking the 49ers. It does not take a football expert or football fantasy fanatic to understand that the Dolphins do not have enough firepower to beat this 49ers team. Even with all the injuries they might have, it's not going to happen. Glad to see Madden is on my side. Madden predicts a 21-point victory by the 49ers. And the Dolphins, I guess the only thing that's good about the Dolphins is they own the Texans draft picks. That's pretty much it. But they're going to lose 41-20. Alright, Charger and Saint fans, you're next. We are traveling to New Orleans where the Chargers are taking on the Saints. Is Justin Herbert still playing? I think he's still playing. I think he's good. It's not Tyrod, so I'm taking the Saints. I don't even care if Justin Herbert hung around with Brady last week and got like almost 50 points in fantasy. This Saints team is really good, even if they dropped a couple games. I'm still taking the Saints over the Chargers. Well, if there was 5 quarters in football, we might be saying the Chargers won, but there's not. There's only 4, and Justin Herbert did not have enough time to complete the comeback. They just got a touchdown to bring it in within 5, but the Saints get the ball and they chew the clock to 0. Chargers are going to lose this one. Saints are moving on as they win 31-26. Now, I believe this is our Thursday night matchup where Brady's going to Chicago to take on the Bears. I want to say the Bucs are going to beat this team because Nick Foles is at quarterback and he looked awful. It's the Super Bowl rematch between Brady and Foles, so hopefully Brady can win this time. I mean, I really don't care. It's not the Patriots anymore, but I'm still going to be taking the Bucs here. You know the saying, history tends to repeat itself? Well, it's going to repeat itself here. Nick Foles got the best of Brady, and when I say he got the best, he got the absolute best. They're going to win this one 38-14. This high-powered Bucs offense couldn't even score more than 14 points. I mean, I have the Bears defense on fantasy, and I'm really scared to play them. I am not starting that. But guess Madden says otherwise. They're going to win this one 38-14 while the Bucs lose. Alright, is this finally the week that the Falcons are going to win? Nope. No, it's not. It's not that I think the Panthers are going to lose. It's just I don't think the Falcons are going to win. I think the Falcons are going to drop to 0-5, and the Panthers are taking this game. Let's see what Madden has to say. Alright, we have an overtime matchup with 20 seconds left. If they miss this, it's going to be a tie. And I can tell you, it's not going to look good if the Falcons lose this game. Kick is up, and it is good. It's good. It's good, and the Panthers are going to win by a field goal. I did this simulation, and the Falcons were up at halftime. They blew another lead, this time to the Panthers. I don't even know what it's like to be a Falcon fan. I'm so sorry. Your team just... I'm surprised Dan Quinn is still a coach at this point. Bill O'Brien gets fired, but he doesn't? Unbelievable. Our next matchup is the LA Rams taking on the Washington football team. I am taking the Rams. I won't even joke this week about taking the Washington football team because it's not a joke anymore. They're kind of bad. Alright, with 7 seconds left on the clock, no timeouts for Washington. It is looking like the Rams are going to win this one unless they throw it and get a Hail Mary. Last play of the game, it doesn't even go into the end zone and it's picked off by Jalen Ramsey. Now, I can tell you, before this game, the Washington football game is 1 game behind the Eagles. The Eagles are 1-2 and they are 1-3. They win this game and the Eagles lose. They are on top of their division with a 2-3 record. How awful is that division? Our next matchup is the New York Giants taking on the Dallas Cowboys at home. All I have to say is I'm taking the Cowboys. There's no reason for the Cowboys to lose this game. They are the best, worst team in the league right now. I don't understand it. Their whole division is garbage, but I'm still taking the Cowboys. What? There's no way this is happening. Madden predicts a Giants win, 34-26. What? There's no way. Okay, I don't understand this. They're not going to win by an 8-point margin. There's no way. Who do the Giants have? They have no O-line, they have no defense, they have no Saquon. At least the Cowboys have an offense. They don't have a real good defense, but okay, if they win, I don't deserve to talk about football anymore, because obviously I have no clue what's going on. Giants win 34-26. And to close out Week 5, we have a matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Seattle Seahawks. This could be a trap game for the Seahawks. I'm going to take the Seahawks, but if the Vikings actually play well and their defense doesn't give up 1,000,000 yards, the Vikings could win this, but I'm still taking the Seahawks. To close out Week 5, Madden predicts that the Minnesota Vikings will come into Seattle and upset the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks are no longer going to be undefeated. Minnesota's going to win this game 27-24, ruining the perfect season for Seattle. Hey, I've been there. Patriots went 16-0, so God, I don't even want to talk about it. Minnesota wins this game 27-24, and that will be the conclusion of Week 5. Congratulations, you've now made it to the end of the video. For those who didn't just skip their way to the end, or maybe skipped the video and didn't get to the end, I appreciate you guys. You've now watched this video for 15 minutes. That's kind of crazy for me to think about. Some people actually take the time to watch 15 minutes of my video. That's mind-boggling. 79 of you out there are subscribed to me. I just can't fathom that 79 people have really made that decision to subscribe to me. I mean, my goal is 100 by New Year's, and I really think I'll be able to hit that goal. But it's always a good feeling to get support from you guys. I wish there was more I could do to support you guys. I mean, I can say thank you. I appreciate the support. I appreciate everything you do. But those are just words. It really doesn't do it justice. But I'm going to do the cliche and say, I appreciate you guys. I really do. It makes my day when I see comments and see that people actually watch my videos. So I do really appreciate all the support. But with that, I hope you enjoy your weekend. Go out and watch some football. Enjoy time with your family. Do something that makes you happy. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.